welcome to Assorted Crackers. I am Eric. I'm here with Lee, and I'm here with Wilson. And today we have another cocktail quickie, this time brought to you by our friend Wilson. Wilson, what do we got?
We have a cocktail called the Curveball. So I found this in the Garden and Gun magazine. I couldn't find a whole lot of history about the Curveball other than it was served at an Atlanta Braves ball game.
Okay. So this is sort of they published this as MLB was ramping up and baseball season was getting going, and they wanted to honor that.
Correct. So there is another version of a Curveball that has peach vodka in it. But
I'm glad you didn't bring that.
Thank you for that.
Here we go. So are you ready for the recipe?
Yes.
Okay. It calls for 1.5 ounces of bourbon.
That's a good start. What kind of bourbon?
This has Duck Club bourbon in it, and we use the 110 proof.
Attaboy.
The high proof.
Right.
High brass.
The high brass. It has 1/2 ounce of spicy Coca-Cola syrup, and I'll give you that recipe in a minute.
Yep.
It has 1/4 ounce of honey syrup, 2 to 3 dashes of orange bitters, and you garnish with your choice of boiled peanuts or just regular peanuts and a lemon peel. But I used an orange peel because it had orange bitters, and I figured it needed an orange peel.
I like the citrus.
So the Coca-Cola syrup is 2 cups of Mexican Coca-Cola.
Very important. Got to have the Mexican Coca-Cola with the pure cane sugar as a sweetener.
That's right. 2 cinnamon sticks, 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns, and 1 pod of star anise. So
Can you get that anywhere? Can you get a star anise anywhere?
Oh, man. Yes, allegedly. I'll just say don't start at Kroger. Don't start at Kroger. This goes back to our winter añejo margarita episode when I went all around town because I needed to make those fancy ice cubes with star anise.
Yeah.
So
Start at Whole Foods.
Start at Whole Foods.
All right. So what do we go? You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So on the nose,
Oh, wow.
you get the citrus.
You definitely get the citrus.
You
And
get, did you use salty peanuts?
I did use salted peanuts.
All right. That ought to be nice.
And you know I'm going to be eating those peanuts once I empty the glass.
Well, it's like putting as a kid, did you ever put the peanuts in your Coke?
Yeah. And that's kind of the best thing at the end. Was that a good wow, Lee?
Yeah. I mean,
I like this.
it's unique.
It's
is
sweet.
unique.
It's very sweet.
It takes you back to the bourbon and Coke days a little bit.
Yeah,
but
really
it's very sweet with the Coke syrup
the
and
Coke
the honey.
and the honey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the curveball. They wanted to really double down on the
Sweeten
sweet. I don't know.
I think it's approachable. I think people who are going to enjoy this are people that are probably
Bourbon and Cokers.
new to it, and or this would probably appeal to people who aren't ready for it. I'm glad you used the high brass.
I am too. Because it's easy for whatever bourbon you use to get swallowed up with all these syrups and bitters, but this is good. You can taste a little bit of the bourbon.
The high brass has a little bit of peanut in it anyway.
Yeah.
I get a little peanut flavor when I'm tasting that neat, and so that on top of welcome to the show toast.
Toast has made an appearance again.
Should we give Toast some?
No, I think we should. Let's get
Toast a little
started.
curveball.
But it's not bad. I mean, it would not be a go-to cocktail for me.
Yeah.
But if you said, "Hey, I'm making curveballs," I'll definitely drink it.
Well, like you said, the days of college and my bourbon origin story. Remember, I talked a lot about Beam and Coke. That was sort of my carry-around drink. And this does reminisce me a little bit about those early Beam and Coke drinks, with some sweetness.
Sure. I think.
Do you think the boiled peanuts would have made a difference?
They would have been different. I don't know.
I think it felt like it needed a little salt.
I like a salted peanut.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I think that the citrus, the orange, whether even if you didn't use the orange peel, if you used a lemon, I think that would still be really good. Yeah. I mean, I think it's weird how complementary the orange and the lemon are to bourbon drinks.
It makes them better, really.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
That's quite the curveball.
So speaking of, Wilson, anytime we bring a cocktail quickie to the table, we got to have a little topic of conversation while we're enjoying this. And so what are we talking about today, buddy?
Well, I think we're going to talk about how life has thrown us some curveballs.
Okay.
Has that ever happened to you?
Well, I was going to ask you first.
Well, me first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Let's go.
Why are you looking at me first?
Well, because you're at the head of the table.
It's a rectangle.
Aren't you picking the tab up?
So that's how this works. Curveball. Certainly I've been through my share of twists and turns. I'll share something that I don't think I've ever told this story to you guys.
Oh, awesome.
I can't wait.
So I've shared, I was not the best of students, but I found out in about the 8th grade that I had a learning disability, that back in the early 80s, learning disabilities weren't well diagnosed, and they certainly weren't a lot of resources for people. So you had to kind of figure your way through.
Yeah.
I think we're all right there with you, Eric.
So somehow, literally like my high school guidance counselor was like, gave me the, hey, college isn't for everybody speech. And,
Wow.
and mom was like, no, do not believe that. Power through. You can do this. And so I managed to get accepted into Ole Miss. My freshman year,
Harvard or the South.
the Harvard of the South. That's exactly what I told people. My freshman year, not great as far as my initial GPA, but those were the big entry level classes with 60 and 70 students per class. But I powered through. So this was my early major was general business because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be doing, and so I had to take a management class over there in the School of Business, and it was just one of the requirements. So me and my fraternity big brother had originally signed up for a journalism class as well. I think it was like photography. It was going to be a smaller class anyway. Promise this has an ending. Long story short, we go to the photography class, and there are only 4 people there. And the professor comes in and he's like, yeah, we're not doing this semester. There's not enough people to do it. And so you guys just drop the class and go pick up something else. And so we said, Adrian and I both said, well, we'll go ahead and take this management class. Let's get it over with. Now, at this point, we're a week behind, and this is an important caveat. So we finally go to our, the management class. It's been going on for a week and a half. Remember, I'm struggling to hold my GPA together. The first day, and this is a big class in an auditorium, 40 or 50 people, and the professor gives us homework. And it's like read chapters 3 through 6 and then answer these 5 questions, and they're essay style questions. And so my fraternity big brother and I just sat up and worked on those together. Do you see where this is going? We worked on our essay questions. We turned them in. The next day or the next class, the professor is like, I need to see the following people after class. And he names like 12 people, and including me and my fraternity big brother. And he said, come see me in my office. So we go to the office, and he basically says, listen, I made it very clear on day 1 that copying homework would be cheating. You guys clearly copied homework. You're going to fail the class. I'm going to give you a 0. And there's no getting out of this. And I was like, whoa. Hey, hold on. We had no idea. We were late getting into this class. I didn't realize this was against the rules, that we weren't cheating. We worked on this together. And he was indignant about it. He was, I guess, trying to impress upon us the power of ethics. But it really, this was a huge moment for me because it obviously I had to tell my parents this was going to happen. And we ended up, coming close to, I gave serious consideration to just leaving school. Like, okay, maybe college isn't for me.
Yeah.
So I really had to stop and think about, I looked at the course book that finished my major and thought about other classes I had to take and had a lot of conversations with a lot of people. And so that was a curveball, needless to say. And it was one of those curveballs that didn't break. It hit me right in the temple. And I decided to just, I'm going to do everything I can to get my GPA up, stay in class. It's too important. My parents have made this investment in me. And long story short, you see, I've managed to power through. But that was a low point in my life.
That would have been very hard.
That was And so, if somewhere out there on my transcript, I'll go ahead and put this out there. You can find that I got a 0 in a class for cheating. Well,
note to self, you need to be in a blameless position wherever you go and whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Well, and in fairness,
you were blameless. You just didn't make it to the first day of class.
And one of the things I learned is ignorance of the rule is no excuse. You still have to know the rules.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people need to learn that rule.
That was my curveball. And again, it goes back to my bourbon and Coke days of college, too. So it all comes full circle.
Well, and just to go along with that, this is not my curveball, but just to expand on your story, I was a history major, and I took, why I did this, still to this day don't know, but I took 2 German history classes. One was up through World War II. And then the other class was, they overlapped in dates, right? So to try to make my life easier, I was going to write the same paper for both classes.
Yeah.
Two different teachers. But somewhere during the semester, they started dating.
The teachers?
The teachers started dating.
What are the odds?
And so I get called into their office.
Blonde hair and blue eyed.
No, they were both.
German history. I get it.
No, they were not. But one would, anyway, I get called into their office and they accuse me of cheating for trying to write the same paper for both classes.
Okay.
And they're like, I don't know how you're going to do this. Well, I said, I picked the topic. The dates overlap with the class. One just has to be longer, right? So I'll just expand. I'll add more stuff to the longer paper and it's going to be fine. And they're like, no, we're going to have to report you to the dean.
Oh, man.
This is, anyway, it's just saying.
Maybe this was a thing. I didn't realize. I thought that I was the only one who went through something.
But it's my work, right? I mean, anyway, never mind. We digress.
Thank God, Wilson, if we had AI and Chat GPT back when we were in college, could you imagine?
I would have been all over it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right.
And now I just don't understand it. But anyway, Lee, you're up.
We know Lee's got a curveball.
Yeah, I guess my curveball, often we think that we're bulletproof, growing up and as guys, and you can do anything you want to do. And then sometimes life hits you with a curve. I guess I had a few years ago, I went and got a colonoscopy and found out that I had a polyp that needed to be removed, but couldn't be removed during the colonoscopy. So I had to have 8 inches of my colon removed. And
I would say this is more of a slider than a curveball.
Well, maybe so. Maybe so. That's really bad.
Sorry, go on.
It was a non-functioning slider at that point. But the bottom line is that, I started, I've always kind of paid attention to my health, but never thought that anything would happen to me. But that was such a significant moment in myself and the way that I looked at my health and what was going on, because the recovery was very long. I didn't work for 2 months. When I got back to work, I wasn't able to pick up things. And then I got this pretty bad hernia because I picked up stuff too early. And so it made me not normal for over 2 years. And so I'm telling you, pay attention to your health at a younger age and go on and get it figured out. Stop eating junk, the processed foods. I mean, I'm not getting on a soapbox, which I can.
You've talked about health a lot on previous episodes, and knowing that it really comes back to this health scare,
right.
And that's got to have been just a scare, because like you said, we all go through life just thinking we're bulletproof, as you said, and then all it takes is one incident, and you're paying attention to everything that you should have been paying attention to earlier.
I mean, I think if I was living as clean as I'm living today, 10 years ago, may never have happened.
Yeah. Well, but thank God you got through it.
I got through it. I had great support. My wife, and it was wonderful. We
couldn't do it without our wives, right?
No doubt.
A nagging wife can save your life. Put that on your pillow. Go ahead.
I want to be very clear. My wife is not a nagging wife. I just want to be. Can I say my wife?
It's just a saying. I wasn't talking about
It is
Carrie.
a saying. But I just want to be clear. I don't want it to be implied.
Go.
No, I mean, just lots of support. My work family was great to me during that time, covered for me, helped me out tremendously. And it also, that completely endears me to them too. And really appreciate how they helped me out during that period too.
That's all. And again, it has turned your life for the better, because you paid attention to everything, and you also, I know, helped others. You've been you really have. You've been a big voice for taking care of your health. And
I think I read all the labels now.
Your wife may not nag, but you're a nagger. You nag us a lot.
Yeah, I nag. I probably nag her too.
No, we appreciate that. I remember you telling about that story in the past.
That was a long recovery.
It was really long. Yep. Changed me up.
All right, Wilson. Unless your curveball is that time you cheated on your German history class.
It was in there. Because, it throws you for a loop, right? You've never been accused of cheating, never thought of, I don't know. But anyway.
So is that your story? Do you have a
No, I've been racking my brain here because there's probably too many to talk about. But I would say becoming a parent. I mean, you don't get an owner's manual when you leave the hospital, and trying to figure out. And then at the time we were living in Nashville, and so we were on our own. It's like, how do we do this, right? I mean, how do we're young. 25. Dang, there's a baby in the house, and just trying to figure out how to be parents. And
you didn't have family around you at that point.
No,
either.
we did not.
Yeah, we're out of town.
No, so I mean, it really does take a village, and we ended up doing this parenting co-op thing, and with babysitters, and as we all helped each other. But anyway, I mean, just being a dad is a huge curveball.
Yeah, and even though you plan it, you want to be a dad. When it actually happens, it's like, oh my gosh, now what?
So, I mean, you just got to figure out how to love them and take care of them. And when you're having a hard enough time going to work and taking care of yourself and your wife and
everything else,
figuring, adulting is a big deal.
It's not for the weak. Well, I can speak to your now grown children. You've clearly raised some pretty fine children, so you figured it out somehow.
Well, I appreciate that. I think we have done well in that, but it's Kristen and the Lord and, our parents, and just, couldn't have done it without them at all.
I wasn't sure about this topic, but honestly, it's an important message. Like wherever you go, no matter how much you plan and prepare, life's going to throw curveballs at you, man.
Yeah.
And you got to learn to get up and figure it out. And you can do it. I think we're living proof of that.
I think I would sum up curveballs. Look, life is guaranteed to give you curveballs.
That's a fact.
So if you're guaranteed to get curveballs, I think you need to look at things and say, look, this is not happening to me. It's happening for me.
Yes.
And if it's happening for you, then, it's a completely different story.
And
it's a different outlook in how you look at things.
Each one of us learned something from these experiences that in some way made us better, really.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I can speak, other stories, we're not going to go there, but every one of these incidents in the moment, it was awful and scary and uncomfortable. But you can look back on it and see how it absolutely made you a better person.
Well, I would say becoming a parent was not awful.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, just to throw that out there.
Let's be clear.
Yours was a planned curveball.
Yeah.
It was definitely scary.
It was a good curveball, but you were scared.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, I appreciate you bringing this drink and this topic, and baseball season is already well underway at this point, but I'm all about the curveball, and I'm all about baseball. I enjoy this time of year.
So who is your team?
I'm a Cardinals fan, but as a Memphis guy, I really like the Redbirds. We go to 3 or 4 Redbird games a year. I was at AutoZone when they opened AutoZone Park, and I'm still super nostalgic about that moment. This is a cool place. It's great AAA team, and man, go out, have fun. Baseball. The baseball scene is still a lot of fun. It's great family time.
Well, and the weather now is nice, and it's not too hot, so you can go enjoy.
Yeah.
AutoZone Park.
Get out and do it. And bring I was about to say bring you a curveball into the stadium, but they probably frown on that.
Probably.
But you can definitely sit in your living room and have a curveball.
Well, the great thing about Duck Club, though, is those bottles are nice and small. You could maybe sneak them in and mix up your curveball in the seat.
Please.
Or you just mix it up in a flask.
Do what you need to do, but we did not recommend that you do something like that.
Oh, no, that's not a recommendation. I'm just commenting on the size of the bottle of the Duck Club.
I got you.
And so thank you for Duck Club Bourbon.
Yes.
And anyway.
Yeah, and thanks Garden and Gun for the curveball recipe.
Yeah, and so Garden and Gun has a bourbon series in their magazines. So if you can go to prior. Anyway, they talk about different bourbons and cocktails and different things. So look it up.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Awesome.
All right. Well, speaking of look it up, some people might want to look up how to find these sort of crackers, learn a little bit more about this episode. Maybe we ought to post this recipe on our Instagram account.
I think we can definitely do that. You can find us on Instagram at 3 Assorted Crackers. You can also find us an email at 3assortedcrackers@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you. We'd love feedback. We'd love for you to give us ideas, different cocktails to drink, different bourbons to try, different topics to tackle.
If you have a curveball in your life that you're willing to share about how you overcame and how you faced that curveball, we would love to hear from that.
Absolutely. Don't forget you can find us on YouTube at 3 Assorted Crackers. That's all one word. That is the number 3, but that is all put together. So 3 Assorted Crackers. And, go out and rate us. respond to us, communicate with us, like, share. Those are our love languages. But, we sure do appreciate you.
Yeah, and please email us. We love to read our listener mail
We really do.
on the air.
We really do.
For sure.
All right, guys. Thank you, Wilson. Let's wrap this up.
Well, we always say, always be willing to try new flavors
Yeah.
and don't go stale.
Here, here.
Let's go.
Bye, guys. Curveball. Drinking some made out of Coke.
Let it whip.
It's fun. It's a fun way to spend a Saturday.